Hi, I'm Kailah Ware, and I'm a director based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. One thing that was pretty shocking to me was infant mortality here in Cincinnati is so high, and it affects so many people in a concept called spacing, which means you should wait at least a year before getting pregnant again once you have your first child. When we were developing the spot, one thing that was really important to me was showing these women in an empowered state. A lot of times, obviously, infant mortality is very sad, but a lot of times women, we didn't want to show them in a weak situation, but we want to show them empowered and strong to then drive home that fact and the point that they're the ones that are in control of their body and they're the ones that have the ultimate power to change that situation. We had a lot of meetings when it came to developing the commercial, from the script down to this visual to the storyboard. But one thing that I really enjoyed the most was being able to go to different focus groups to interact with moms who had actually either been affected by infant mortality or were really strongly involved with Cradle Cincinnati. So being able to hear their input, because these are the moms that we're talking to, so we could all get in the room and decide what we think is best, but it's always nice to hear from the actual people that are going through this and the people who are involved in this, what speaks to you. What is something that you feel like is a positive representation and something that will capture your attention with such a sensitive subject? One thing that was really important for me as a director was to choose locations that these women would typically be in. So to not necessarily have a PSA that was like, oh, these are the prettiest spots in Cincinnati, but these are places that real moms hang out and real moms go, while still showcasing the beauty of our city. So that was something also to show the women kind of going up the hills. Cincinnati has a lot of hills, so that was something that was really important for me, was to show, like, at the beginning of the commercial, they kind of started off all on very flat land, but by the end of the commercial, they were on top of the city, because they had the empowerment and they had the knowledge and they knew how to progress and proceed to do what was best for their children. One thing I will say that really inspired me while I was going and making this commercial is the women. Once again, going to different Cradle events. So in the midst of doing this project, I didn't just work on what I was working on specifically with Cradle, but I went to other think groups and think sessions that Cradle hosted in Cincinnati, and seeing these moms and seeing their power and seeing their desire to really strive to do better and to be the best mother that they could possibly be was something that inspired me as far as really wanting to make and deliver the best product. As far as like visual and directorial inspirations, I was really inspired by commercials and different PSAs that really showed, once again, women in power. So seeing that kind of dominance and that type of strength in different commercials that I viewed, I watched a whole bunch of commercials, a whole bunch of PSAs, but the ones I typically gravitated towards were the ones that showed the mothers or the women in a point of power, a point of authority. Each city is going to be unique, so each city is going to have a different set of problems or different sets of why. So I think it's really important to get to the why. Why are women having kids back to back, or why do they feel like they have to do this? So that way you can get to the how. So the one thing that I want women to feel that watch this PSA is strong and empowered and intelligent, and ultimately that they are the ones who are in control of their body. So I want women to know that it is not your boyfriend, it's not your family, it's not your kids, it's you. You're the one that is in control of your body, and you have ultimate autonomy over how you choose to share it or not share it.